Breaking news. Glenn Maxwell has unfollowed RCB. Well, love, Glenn Maxwell has unfollowed RCB. It's the biggest news on social media right now, and I'm wondering why. Because you expect it, right?
I expected RCB to
To unfollow Glenn Maxwell,
Glenn
exactly. So it has happened the other way. But you look at what Glenn Maxwell did this season for RCB, and you would say, भाई अच्छा है, टाटा गुड बाय हो रही है
See,
पहले ही.
The writing was on the wall after that pathetic season that he had.
Pathetic is an
I'll quickly
understatement.
tell the stats as well for those of you who might be wondering कि भाई करा क्या था. 10 matches he played this season for RCB.
First, let me laugh at those numbers a little bit, please. Okay.
Scored 52 runs at an average of 5.7. 5.7, and he also had a strike rate of around 120.
Boss, he thought he'll come out every time he walked out, na. He thought he's gonna blast everybody.
Yeah, he was trying to bail himself out.
He was going to try and hit a six every ball, and most of the times he got out like first, second. I don't know how many first ball ducks. If you look at those numbers, also I think
many ducks.
so many times, even towards the end where they were having a fantastic run. RCB, those seven consecutive wins, 7 or 8.
Right.
That fantastic run. Glenn Maxwell still did not perform.
He did not perform. Yeah.
Maxwell आता है, out हो जाता है. यही हो रहा था बस.
I mean, I still remember that 2020 season that he had with the Punjab Kings, who were Kings 11 Punjab back then. I'll quickly tell you those numbers as well, his 2020 IPL numbers. So in that season, he played 13 matches. He scored 108 runs at an average of 15.4. So there was no guessing, right, that why Kings 11 Punjab back then released him. And then RCB picked him at a whopping price of 14.25 crore rupees in that mini IPL auction.
I remember that because CSK were also engaged in that bidding war. I remember they could not get Glenn Maxwell. They went for Moeen Ali after that. But by Glenn Maxwell, I think every IPL auction, no matter what he has done in the previous season, the teams have let go. And by the way, Punjab, for once, that price that they paid before this, 10 crores or something for him, they only released him, na?
They only released him because he got only 108 runs in 13 matches.
No, I'm saying before that season also, they went into a bidding war. They could have probably retained him for a much. Punjab ki baat hai. Now I'm talking about Kings 11 Punjab Kings, whatever you want to call them. At one point, they also were bidding for Glenn Maxwell in one of the auctions after releasing him. They only had released him and were paying a bigger sum for him in the bidding war. I was like, भाई ये क्या मैंने कहा ये क्या thinking है भाई, ये क्या thinking है, मतलब insane. Like Punjab would do such kind of things, then RCB went, and you have to say Maxwell did have one good season for them where he scored runs, was a good all-rounder. This year, bowling wise decent, but batting returns.
He had those
batting returns
issues because of which he had to pull out.
Mental health issues. Yeah, I agree.
So I think that's the case with Maxwell, right? Because don't forget that he came into this IPL after playing the 200-run knock against Afghanistan in the World Cup, and everyone thought that
people rated that as the best knock ever from where they were. Yeah.
But everyone thought that he was going to take IPL by storm, but he was himself blown away.
But boss, I'm wondering who will now go into the auction and buy him. For once,
don't be surprised if RCB bid for him again.
पंजाब ने भी तो यही किया था.
Basically, now the thing is, RCB hasn't still let go of him. It's just that Glenn Maxwell has unfollowed them because I think he also knows that the writing is on the wall. And
they won't retain him. Also, they would have to pay a heftier sum to retain him, right? So they are definitely not going to retain him. You look at every auction where Glenn Maxwell has been there, he has fetched a good amount also. Okay. Like 2013, his first IPL auction, 5.3 crore to Mumbai Indians. 2014, he went to Punjab for 6 crores. Then 2019, he went to Delhi Capitals for 9 crores. And then Punjab are like, हमें दोबारा चाहिए Glenn Maxwell. Where they bought him for 10.75 crores in 2020. And then 2021, RCB, 14.25 crores after a bidding war with CSK. And CSK would,
crazy.
CSK would have been like, bhai, भला हो गया हमारा, भला हो गया.
Absolutely.
They went on to win the title also, if you remember, 2021. So they're like, "कि ठीक है भैया, Glenn Maxwell
But I
लेके
think
आओ
Glenn
यार."
Maxwell and RCB are made for each other types, right?
No, no.
Because you expect RCB to pull off such moves in the auction where you go on to buy big names
No,
who
big,
don't perform.
big names, boss. They were not buying bowlers only. You remember this auction? And
And then we had that complete bowling
no,
lineup.
and then bowling lineup. They were like going for Pat Cummins also, if I'm not wrong. Somebody they were going on Mitchell Stark or Pat Cummins.
I remember, I suddenly remember.
And I was like, कि भाई और क्या खरीदने हैं तुम्हें इतने सारे player, वो कैसे लोगे?
I suddenly remember that Venkatesh Iyer comment, right, where he was asked about RCB's bowling and he said they have a good bowling, and then himself started laughing in the interview.
So RCB keeps doing. I don't know. You know, I've supported RCB in those early years when Rahul Dravid was playing for them. I used to be a huge supporter. But boss, RCB's auction strategy is very questionable always. They end up, going for players they should not be buying. They bought Alzari Joseph, they bought Lockie Ferguson, they were looking for Mitchell Stark or Pat Cummins. They're like, इनमें कोई बड़ा ना भाई तो फिर उस टाइम बैटर्स किसको लेते हैं आप? You were supposed to buy other Indian players because not so many internationals can play for you. So their strategy is questionable altogether.
Absolutely, yeah.
But
let's see what happens going forward, because remember we also have a mega auction lined up later in the year, so maybe we'll have.
And there's a meeting tomorrow on the 31st of July between the IPL as well as all the IPL franchisees.
Right.
So let's see what happens. I think a decision should come soon where they're going to talk about how many retentions and maybe the
player caps
RTM
as
right to match also might return. So let's see.
And the purse might increase.
Purse will
more
definitely,
money, more
purse
players,
will definitely
bigger
increase.
IPL.
Definitely it will increase for sure.
No, thank you so much, guys, for watching this. If you liked it, do subscribe to our channel. Please shower your love. Shower your love. We need it.
Shower your love for love.
And for Siddhant as well. See you guys.